Welcome to NoobTubeTV, everyone. Today's first episode is going to be Modern Warfare 2 on Bailout. I'm going to show you a couple different things. How to start a match with a quick kill, using rockets and grenade launchers effectively, stay low, keep moving, using the last stand perk efficiently, use radar to predict enemy positions, and we will be covering other things as well. As it loads up, you'll see that I actually pick my quick class at first, and I change my mind at the very last second, and I decide I want to go with my NoobTube class. A lot of people hate this just because it's an overpowered weapon, blah blah blah. Well, here's a good way to start your match off with a NoobTube. Find something that will explode on impact. In my case, it was that moving van. Use that moving van as an amplifier, if you will, for your explosive devices that you're going to fire in its direction. What I do now is I go up where most of the time you're bound to see someone, and right there he is. You can't even see the guy in the window, but when you start playing these games a little bit more often, you'll know where people start to come at the beginning of every match. Now, as you play, you're not going to really start to see you're not really going to see people in the same places all the time, because naturally the game devolves into a big mess of people just running everywhere. Now what you're going to see is a way to use the last stand perk. Of course, you know you can fire at a guy after you've been shot, but what a lot of people don't do, and a lot of people on my team on occasion, they don't use that perk to take away a kill from that other team. What you can do is throw a stun grenade, or even if you have an open grenade to throw, kill yourself with it, and you can actually take away a kill from the opposing team. Now what you're about to see is me crossing the street here in a second. As I cross the street, I actually get hit a couple times. Right there, but you keep moving. Like I said at the very beginning, you keep moving, and you always need to keep your eyes, you don't want to keep your eyes on your gun itself. You want to keep your eyes on the environment around you. Watch the people. See if you see any characters. I just saw a guy move. Once you get a piece of someone, a lot of times they start to come back for you. And we'll cover this in later episodes. But when you see people in your screen, it doesn't always mean you have to go after them. But if you have a good solid shot, like I took there with my last stand perk, it's usually a good idea. Now what you're going to see is another guy right on my periphery. I see him. I don't get him the first time, then I go down and get him with my NoobTube again. You go use your scavenger, pick up more weapons. Now, this is the big one, cornering. Now, did you see there were actually two guys there? Now I pop back up, and I get the other guy. He goes in last stand. He almost actually takes me out. So I throw my grenade, another guy comes around the corner. This way you're always prepared. Here's a little surprise I didn't really know. That guy still wasn't dead yet. So, now I can go prone. Remember, get low, stay low, especially when you're using kill streaks like these. You don't want to give anyone any extra room to see you. So as you use these, make sure you're in a safe spot, that way no one can come up and kill you in the middle of a kill streak. So right now it's a little bit of re-readying myself. Make sure your gun is loaded at all times. If you have time where you can load your gun and get everything ready, do it. Now this is how you corner. Go up to a wall, and then you always pull in that left trigger and aim, like I do here. You always aim when you come around these corners, because if you're aiming down sight, it's a lot easier to get someone quickly than it is to just kind of run around. Now like this, like in this case, I always have my NoobTube when I'm going to be sprinting, when I'm going to be going down a long distance. This way you can actually take out someone with your explosives, rather than trying to take some sort of pot shots at them with your weapon. Now, I actually saw this sniper. If you go back about 3 to 5 seconds, maybe a little bit longer, you'll see that I actually saw him shoot. When you have a rocket launcher, you can always just launch that thing up into a window. If you know there's a guy up there, chances are good you're going to get him. Now in that case right there, he just took me out. I really don't know how I didn't get him as far as the hit detection was, but I'm not really concerned with it. That was just stupid of me. There's actually, you can see on the radar that Pavo, the big helicopter, was up there. But as you can see, what I did in response to getting shot is throw my own grenade and kill myself with it. This seems to be like my corner of doom right here. One thing you don't actually usually see on these videos, you always see these highlight videos. What I'm trying to show you is Yeah, you know what? I suck on occasion, just like everyone does. These guys that like to think they're pro, like to think they're amazing on YouTube, and maybe they are. Maybe they're the best in the world, but a majority of us aren't, and that's who these videos are for. It's for people to learn, and these are learning tools. So that is my goal in this. And what I'm going to show you now is I kind of end up going back around, and I get shot again. But what do? I throw my stun grenade, take myself out. It's a, it's a very common technique that I really don't see a lot of people use. If you're on my team, I really hope you, if you're going to use Last Stand, you use that perk to its full advantage. One thing you always see me do whenever I start a game or even play a game is this. I always go to my corner real fast. If I can find cover really quickly, I'll find cover, then I'll come back. It's often called doubling back. You go into cover and you come right back out. They usually, for some reason, a lot of people don't look for that or don't expect it. Now here comes a quick knife kill. He actually, right off my periphery, like I said, you don't want to look at your gun the entire time. You always want to keep your eyes like you're driving a car. Keep them looking down your periphery. Always keep in mind that there are always going to be people coming at you. You're not always going to be coming at people. Now this is just my mistake. I'm throwing at the wrong window. I've been playing this game for 2 years now and I can't even throw at the right window. However, if you actually take it upon yourself and put an RPG up in one window, and then you think, well, if I were there, I wouldn't stay there after I got shot with one, so I went ahead and fired it into the other window. It's usually a really good way to kind of corner someone into a room. And always remember as well, whenever you're playing the Call of Duty games, you can't reload when you're sprinting. It's kind of annoying. I'll eventually get to show you one of the things I love about the Battlefield games and their realism is that you can actually reload when you're sprinting. Now, whether or not you want to say it's realistic that it's not that easy to reload, but look, one more time, up in that window, see a guy, fire his weapon, but you don't actually see him. You can take these blind shots in Call of Duty oftentimes with your explosives. Now, that's another thing. If you notice, when you hit somebody with that stun grenade, it actually puts up a little indicator that you just got a piece of someone. I made the mistake of actually trying to go around a very busy area where clearly they were going to be waiting for me. But now I spawn right outside of there. I see two guys. I take the one out, then you go back and take out the other. The reason I went after the guy I did first was he actually fell off the ledge there, and I was willing to bet that he didn't have very much health left, assuming he wasn't using the commando perk. So, I hope you've learned a couple things in this. If you have, I'm hoping that maybe you'll eventually be on my team and we can actually be decent teammates. So, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later.